Friday, August 11th, 2023, and we're out here with the SCX-10-3 early Ford Bronco for his first run on the adventure course. We got the TRX-4 Bronco out here as well. Mr. Cena behind the wheel on the TRX-4 Bronco. Brand new axles on the TRX-4 Bronco. Some brand new portals on that guy. Driver figure installed on our Axial SCX-10-3 Bronco. The Warrior sitting behind the wheel, good fit for the truck. The seat has been moved forward 14 millimeters on the driver's side, so our driver can reach the pedals and the steering wheel and shift lever. Another first day mod was coloring our marker lights amber using an orange neon Sharpie. Out on the adventure course, we did some mild tuning to the track. We'll bounce around on the course and try to crisscross it a little bit here. We've got some rain on the way, so we're going to try to make hay while the sun shines. First run with the SCX-10-3. Discontinued vehicle. Might still be able to find a couple of these things online for sale here and there. Maybe not so much the white one, but teal one possibly. Coming up to the first obstacle, dirt hill covered in rocks. We'll see how she does. They're Falcon Wild Peak mud terrain tires. We're running a Dynamite 4000 milliamp 2S shorty pack on the driver's side. Vehicle has lead weight added to the passenger side to compensate for the battery pack and for the driver. Oh, looking like a rollover. Now this was our 5,000 subscriber giveaway vehicle. The winner, Des, graciously donated it back to the channel. Huge shock. Huge shock to me and everyone else over here. Many thanks, Des, to you and your family for donating the vehicle back to the channel. That was unbelievable. We'll try to take it easy on her. We're making it. Surprisingly. Made up and over the hill. Alright, we're going to circle back around and get back on the course here on the other side. Oops. Too much throttle. Oh, a little sketchy there. Like over the edge of the wall. Oh, cutting hard, right, left, whatever. Some rolly rocks. Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh boy, Des, this might be our first roll over here. Oh boy. Yep, it's looking bad. We're gonna roll it right here, right now. Oh, sorry, Des. Ah, there she goes. It is a slippery pile of rocks there. Well, hand to God, we're back on the course. First roll over in the books. Now we got that out of the way, we can have some fun with the truck. Alright, TRX-4, have at it. 1.9 Canyon Trails, custom trimmed, stock tires. Had these tires since, man, what, 2019, something like that? All his diffs are unlocked, and he walked right up it, open differentials. We're going to circle back around here and go to our frog pond. Oh, we'll get onto the slippery rocks. It is an overcast day today. I apologize for the lighting. And we're out here in the jungle. Next challenge, frog pond. Try to hit all the best of the best today. Wow, walked right up it. Hard left. The landscape lighting away. No problem, no rollovers. TX4 making his way in. You know that when I was on those slippery rocks, that probably would have been a good spot to try out that dig function. Totally forgot all about that. Tight squeeze going through the tunnel. Not so bad with the early Ford Bronco. Might be a little bit tighter for the TRX4. Approaching the log obstacle. High low sticks. I'm assuming you're all open differential still, since I didn't hear anything lock up. I will say this, the 40 amp Smart ESC, Spectrum Smart ESC on this thing is pretty darn quiet. Not hearing any noise out of that whatsoever. Getting some whine off the TRX4, but nothing off the Axial. Yeah, starting to sprinkle a little bit here. Might get wet. Steering servo is a little bit weak on this thing. Bumper snag. Oh. 4 years making his way around the corner. Doing alright so far, other than one rollover in the books. Heading towards storm damage. Mr. Cena making his way in. It's a sweet looking truck, Mr. Cena. I like these Wild Peak tires, they work pretty darn good so far. Making my way into the tree stumps. And then to the tombstones. Oh, axle snag. Belly pan snag, something snagged. Going into the deadly tombstones with straight axles is not a good idea. It's more of a portal axle area here. That is for sure. First runs though. Gotta test the truck. It's the first Axial SCX10 of any sort on our channel. Got Axial Wraith 1.9 RTR, Axial Bomber that's not quite together yet. Oh, look at that, we just lost the drive shaft. Front drive shaft just popped out here. Front drive shaft just separated. That's interesting. Wonder why that happened. Just popped out. Well, let's slip that baby back together real quick. Alright, well, we popped our drive shaft back together. A mental note on that. Not much of deflection area there on the drive shaft. The front drive shaft seems like it's a little bit too short. And I was able to pop it right back together where it slips together on that wild boar slip joint. So, yeah, maybe a slightly longer front drive shaft for this truck in the future. It's kind of odd that that separated like that. A little extra torque. Going through the tombstones, didn't necessarily like it. Sitting on a weird angle. And popped it right out. These tombstones are rough on a vehicle, there's no doubt about it. No rhyme or reason for them. Plenty of spaces to get snagged up on. Your truck is definitely not liking the tombstones. Well, we made it though. Rough go. That's for sure. TRX4 Bronco. It's got open differentials at the moment. I want to say we got this truck in 2019. Stock tires and wheels. KYX aluminum front bumper. RC4 wheel drive or RC4WD Warren 8274 winch on the front. Stock motor. Stock pinion gear. Duratrax Onyx 2S LiPo 6000 milliamp. 50C discharge rate. I see a little snag there. You might want to try locking them up, or you might have just got yourself into a spot. This front diff locked. Alright, pull through with this front diff. Nice job. Back unlocked. Going down the rolling brick hill. Literally just rolling on down, coasting on down. Still haven't tried out our dig function, and we gotta try that out here. Reminder to yourself, try dig function. Might be easier right here. We're getting a little bit, not gonna be able to swing this corner. I'm gonna hold down on the B button, lock up our back axle, which isn't locking up our back axle. Didn't do a darn thing. That's interesting. Try pushing up on it. So they said to push down on it in the manual, but pushing up on it, pushing on A, is locking up that back axle. That works pretty darn good. That works pretty darn good. I like that. The mental note, I had to push on A and not B as it suggested in the manual. For those who know, this is a very difficult hill, or can be. Wow. Walked right up it without a problem. No complaints out of the early Ford Bronco. Might have to use a dig function up here again to get around this corner. Try that again. Oh, it's not doing it. There we go. Open diffs on the rolly bricks and you made it right up. Maybe I'll use that dig servo here as well. And sometimes it doesn't want to lock up that back axle for some reason. Now it's working on by pushing B. That's funny. Last time it worked by pushing A, this time it worked by pushing B. Does it not matter which way you push it? I suppose I should have checked that while we were doing the unboxing video. Oh, the back axle is still locked up. So as they noted in the manual, when that happens, if the back axle remains locked, you might have to back up a smidge to get the unlock. There we go. I just heard it. Heard that servo let loose. Drag brake is not so good on this vehicle. I need the programming card so we can go into the ESC and dial that thing in. We're going to try our dig servo again here and see if we can get our front end to swing around so we can make it up this hill. Pretty tight corner, don't know if we're going to swing it or not. Hopefully our back axle will lock up for us here. No, not locking up. Let's try pushing A. This time it's working on A. Sometimes A, sometimes B. We're just spinning our tires.
Seems to be going back and forth.
Yeah, it does seem to be going back.
Yeah.
There we go. It's working. Might be enough right there to get us back on course. Yeah, dig function is handy. These Falcon Wild Peak tires work pretty darn good. Pretty grippy. All in all. Oh, don't get hung up there. Let's try the dig function again. Well, didn't work, but we made it up regardless. You know what? I'm going to back down and try to go back up this other hill. The one that one that we just came down. Alright, go for it. Nicely done. This is a slick rock we're climbing on here. No traction to be had. Oh, and she made it. That is nice. Pretty impressive. Try to aim for the steepest part of the hill here. Always trying to push the truck to its limits. All the trucks I drive to their limits. At least to the limits for what the course offers. That is a steep hill. And we're hung up on our cross member there. Transmission mount, transfer case. Yeah, we can't get past that. That's belly pan clearance there. We try to lock up our back axle again here. Drag our front end around. Oh, don't go that way, warrior. Maybe we'll try locking that back axle up again. There we go. Yeah, sometimes it's A and sometimes it's B. Just let off a little bit there. Oh, this thing crawls beautifully. I like that dig function. That is nice. Once again, sometimes A, sometimes B on the dig function button. We made it through. Getting into the storm damage area here, or not the storm damage, but the washboards is going to be a little bit difficult from this angle. And we made it. Cool. This is a nice truck so far. I'm liking it. Oh, I said that, and then our drive shaft popped out. Oh, there's our wild boar centerpiece right there. So once again, drive shaft is just a little bit too short on this truck. Needs to be about maybe 4 millimeters or 3 millimeters, 4 millimeters longer. Just a little bit too short. We're able to pop it out and pop it back in. That wild boar center portion with everything attached. So, hey, Axial, what's the deal with that? Got our drive shaft put back together. We'll keep our lights on real quick here since it's starting to rain a little bit. Yeah, it's not very impressive, that drive shaft. Truck though, I love the truck. Great so far. The dig function is outstanding. Shift servo and 2-speed transmission in the future for sure. I'll get this thing hooked up to my Spectrum DX4C radio. Life will go on from there. Definitely liking the truck so far. Many thanks, Des, for donating this back to the channel. That was so awesome. Very kind of you guys. Very kind. Very much appreciated. We'll definitely give it a good home. Open diffs. Yeah, and you gotta love the challenge, you know.
Yeah.
I love being able to lock and unlock the differentials on the TRX4s. It's so cool being able to do that. Get it hooked up to your Spectrum DX5 radio, and we'll be able to lock or unlock the front and rears at our choosing. Meaning we can lock up the rear and have the front unlocked, or vice versa. Instead of the stock configuration where you lock up the front first and then the rear afterwards. Hook it up to that DX5 and you'll be able to control it however you like it.
Yeah, that'd be nice.
We are getting rained on. Ultimate Warrior is getting wet. Cena's laughing his butt off in his enclosed cab. Wild Peak tires, though, these guys are working great. Viewer Matt Yono was saying that he had these on his Dodge truck. Real full-size vehicle, and loves them. I agree, they work pretty good. Cutting in that tight angle here, I'm going to use that differential locker, the dig function. Once again, not differential lock, but a dig function. I can tell it locked up that time. I can see the axle move. Using it again. Pull the front end around. Backing up slightly to unlock it every once in a while. Yes, it seems to be one time A, another time B for locking up that rear diff. Bronco making his way in. Tighter turning radius on the Bronco. Making his way right around without a dig function. It's alright. There's a little trail of ash. Into the log bridge. Oh, falling into that hole. We're still in that hole. A little tweaked out there. Hopping our way to the other side of the bridge. Our wheels turn to the left, but we're hopping to the right. Yeah, those tires are pretty nice. They work pretty good. Oh, I fell through the bridge. Oh no. Hopefully we don't pop that drive shaft loose again. Work our way out of that hole. Last time we had Mr. Cena out, about a year ago, ESC was acting a little goofy on this vehicle. Took it all apart, inspected everything, checked all the wire connections. Couldn't find anything wrong with it. And working fine today. Weird. truck definitely needs a little bit more drag brake action. I wonder if a Hobby Wing 1080 programming card will work on this ESC. I did notice that the Dynamite programming card and the Hobby Wing programming card looked awfully similar. There's another spot for the dig servo here as we're gonna get in between a little bit of a log jam here. Tongue tied on a log jam. Let's try a dig servo. And we got a bumper snag. A bumper snagged on a tree over here. It's a tough route to negotiate. Lock up our back axle again here. Well, maybe not. Maybe we'll just roll into it here. Might get us in trouble if we lock it up. Oh, I think we're in trouble either way. Alright, I gotta take a bump, Mr. Cena. It's starting to rain. Oh, there we go. Rain down. We gotta speed this process up. Have to go full lockup on that one. Oh, nice. Nicely done. Oh, that's soft sand.
We're getting desperate.
Little throttle happy. Throttle happy warrior. Going back to open diffs again and paddling your way through.
Stand under this little tree. Stand down.
Yeah, try to stay underneath this little tree. We're getting rained out, man. We did so many cool things with the track today, too. We're just getting his lean on. Axel snag us. Warrior's wishing he had a bikini top on that truck. There you go. There you go, buddy. You got it. See him watching sand pour out of the bumper. It is raining. Ooh. Ooh, yes. Rain. Well, the truck is supposedly, air quotations, waterproof. My phone is not. Transmitter is not. And it's raining harder. Have to cut our run short today. Game's gonna get called on account of rain. tires grabbing between the raindrops. Oh man, nice job. Those tires are working pretty good. Not so good in that soft sand, but everywhere else they work pretty darn good. Open differential blues. See that back one is spinning, but I want to concede and lock it up to the rain. There we go. Well, I'd like to go up this big sand hill, but I don't think we're going to make it up today. We're going to have to postpone that for another day, another trip around the course. It's raining. I don't blame you for swearing. Damn it. I'm just a friar. I can swear all I want. Damn it. Pit drop here going down into the over-under rock bridge. My apologies for the camera angles.
I missed driving there.
Yeah, it's a beautiful truck, isn't it?
Yeah.
I love the TRX4 Broncos. Yeah, definitely no regrets buying the TRX4 Broncos, that is for sure. Great vehicles. This truck's not too bad either. As I get stuck. Probably pop a drive shaft.
Those skinny little tires.
Yeah, they're tall, but they're skinny. Good tread though.
Yeah.
Well, Falcon did their homework with those Wild Peaks, according to the description. Oh, I lost my front drive shaft.
Did it?
Yeah, we pooped out a drive shaft again somewhere down the lines. Yep, there she is. And we're missing our centerpiece. And it's raining. There's our centerpiece right there. Making good use of our rain delay. Taking a look at our front drive shaft and what's happening here. I believe the front drive shaft is a little bit too short for this application. We've got all kinds of travel on our wild bore insert right here. Everything's fully collapsed. We have about 10 millimeters of excess play there on either end. And what's happening is that the drive shaft's the insert's getting bombed out on one half or the other, and then once the axle gets fully lifted up and extended, or you start torquing on things a little bit, it doesn't take too much pressure to pop this out completely. So that's what's happening right there. Now, one way to fix this would be to get new drive shafts, but a quick, easy solution would be to install a couple rubber grommets on the inside of our female portions right here on either side, right there and there. And from the movement on our center portion here, I'm guessing a 2 to 3 millimeter grommet on either side would probably do the trick. Somewhere between maybe 2 and 4 millimeters, roughly. As long as we still have movement on this when the suspension is fully collapsed, as long as this can move back and forth a little bit, we should be alright. I just want to keep this from dropping down all the way when it's fully extended, so it can't pop apart. Alright, our first step is going to be using a 2 millimeter hex driver and removing our little screw pin right there, separating our drive shafts, and going from there. Alright, we've got our drive shaft removed, hex pin sitting off to the side, other portion of our drive shaft sitting right here. We've got a whole bag of rubber grommets sitting over here on the side. These are leftover pieces from our Vatera ascenders. Vatera had one of these on each one of the shocks on the vehicles. Each one of these is 5 millimeters in width. And perfect outer diameter to fit right down the middle of the drive shaft. So it should drop right in. Now, we don't need 5 millimeters. I'm guessing 3 to 4 millimeters on each end up here should take care of our problem. So I used a pair of body scissors and cut one of these in half, roughly. And each one of these is between 3 and 4 millimeters, depending on what angle you look at it. Alright, so we'll go ahead here and get these installed on either end of our drive shaft, making sure that once it sits down in there that we have this smooth portion right here facing upward. I want that part to make contact with our insert. Keep our rougher portion, the cut portion, towards the bottom. Alright, so we'll get these guys installed real quick. Alright, we got that all back together. Spacers installed. And drive shaft completely collapsed. We still have a little bit of movement there on either end, which is good. And fully extended. We've got all kinds of leftover material sitting up in here since this can't collapse down any further on either end. So there we go on that. 3 to 4 millimeter spacer up here, a 3 to 4 millimeter spacer down there. Be careful that you don't go too big on this. If your spacers are too big, you won't be able to get your drive shaft back onto the pinion up here on the axle. It'll be just too tight. So 3 to 4 millimeters roughly from what I measured after cutting those guys in half with a pair of body scissors. Looking at the back one, looks like we got the same situation going on back here. Doesn't take too much pressure once this is lifted up in the air to, I can't get my finger in there while holding the camera. Sorry for the professionalism. Doesn't take too much pressure to pop this apart. Oh, see, just like that. So we need to do the same thing on the back axle as well. Add some spacers on this one. So we'll get into that here. Alright, we've got our rear drive shaft removed. Mental note, drive shaft portion leading up to the pinion on the axle is slightly longer than the other portion leading up to the transfer case. So when it comes to adding grommets to these guys, we'll have to add a couple more to this portion versus this portion. So I plan on adding roughly the same amount that I added on this guy up here. So anywhere between 3 to 4 millimeters for a grommet on this one. And on the other portion leading back to the axle, we'll have to add a couple more. So I'm going to rough guess it. Maybe a full one of these and a half. Which would put us at 5, 6, 7, 8 millimeters roughly. We'll try to aim for that and see what we get. Alright, so I've got a few grommets sitting here that I cut up. One full one for that other portion of the drive shaft, and then 2 little half pieces here, which are measuring in between. We're starting at 5 millimeters. Right around 3 millimeters on this one, with a little chunk sticking up on the other side. Next one, starting at 10, we are right around 3 millimeters again on that one. And we're 5 millimeters on this one. So I'm going to put these two together on a portion of the drive shaft leading up to the pinion gear, and then the other little small piece on that other portion down there, and we'll see what happens. Alright, we've got our rear drive shaft installed, or reinstalled. Grommets installed, 3 millimeters up here, 5, 6, 7, 8 millimeters down here. Checking out our movement. Looks about the same. That worked out well for a rough guess. Collapsing our suspension. It's going to be hard to hold our axle down and check out our movement at the same time here. We still have drive shaft movement there on the insert, so that's good. And fully collapsed suspension. And we still have excess material sitting inside the other end of the drive shaft. Camera is out of focus, my apologies. Moral of the story is this thing shouldn't come apart. We should be good to go after that. So there we go, boys and girls. Quick, easy fix on your Axial SCX-10.3 early Ford Broncos, or SCX-10.3s, period. If you're having trouble, you're spitting out drive shafts on your Axial and you're wondering why, it's because they're a little bit too short. No need to go out and buy aftermarket drive shafts. Simply install a rubber grommet on either end, or some wadded up paper on either end, or a small rock on either end. And that should cure the problem. Once again, I'm using rubber grommets because that's convenient for me. That's why I have a bunch of these on hand. Rubber grommets are nice because they have a little bit of give if you push on them. You could use O-rings as well, I guess, and try to stack them up in there. It might be tough to stack them up in there, but regardless, we use roughly 3 millimeters on the either portion of our front drive shaft, 3 millimeters on the upper portion of our rear drive shaft, and 8 millimeters of space on the lower portion. We could probably get away with a few more millimeters on that lower portion. Once it's completely collapsed, we still have plenty of movement on the shaft, so we could probably go up to 10 millimeters, let's say, on the back, or on that lower portion. But regardless, that should do the job. Let's go back out on the adventure course, finish our run, and see how this stuff holds up. Mild rain delay, and we're back in action. We've got our drive shafts fixed with those rubber grommets, hopefully. We'll find out here. We got about a quarter of an inch of rain. The Bronco's climbing pretty good. Those brand new portals. So there's some rain blowing off the trees. Running those open differentials, huh? Oh, you locked up your front?
Oh, anyway.
Yeah. Locked it. This one's probably gonna be tough. This one's always tough. Trying that dig servo. In the A position doesn't want to lock. E position doesn't want to lock. Locked right there. Give up my position. Back up a little bit. Back up in the air. Full tilt. Full tilt. I need to realign. Back up a little bit for me, thank you. Not much room to work with over on this side either. Lost it. Very tough obstacle. Tires are nice and loaded up right now. Extremely loaded up. Oh, I'm going over the edge. Stuck up against a tree. Finally. Up and over. .9 Canyon Trails custom cut. My own custom pattern. Walk right up it. It's a nice tire. Custom trimmed.
Pretty soft.
Yeah, open air holes on the wheels, and they're well broken in. Well broken in.
It's a lot of use.
A lot of summers and winters. Straight climb. Loaded up tires on. The next storm damage area, slick logs. Oops, sorry. Free rolled right into you. The brake on this thing is not too good. Once again, wondering if a hobby wing 1080 programmer will work on this ESC/receiver. It looks very similar to the Dynamite one that they recommend for it. Got snagged up there. Crazy pitfalls and weird angles on a storm damage area. No rhyme or reason to it. Well, original ESC, original motor. Been around the block a few times.
And the steering circle and the axles.
the dig function on some slick rock here. Spin myself a little further to the right. Yep, everything's slick after the rain. Turtle up. Totally. Totally turtled. Oh, we got it. We're facing the wrong direction though. Aiming down towards the hole down there. Let's see if we can lock up that back axle again and try this in reverse. Yep. Yeah, that dig function comes in handy. Even in reverse. Slick rock. Love the underlighting. That Traxxas underlighting is awesome. Yeah, not much braking when you let off the gas on this thing. Let off the throttle, it doesn't really brake very well. Kind of coasts a little bit. Open disc. No driveshaft issues as of yet. Storm damage section, pretty small. So not even worth changing our position over, but I'm snagged up on something there. Ripping out the logs. Let's use that dig function again here. Seen it grabbing. Doesn't work so well on slick logs. Now it's working every time in the B position, as long as I'm, at least when I watch it lock up, it does. That's definitely a handy feature. Certainly is a quiet crawler, tell you what. No motor noise. No ESC noise. Belly pan snag. Well, that drag brake is nice for rolling on the power like that. Easy to roll on. Rocking the transmission. Yeah, same problem. Belly pan snag. Open differentials. Cakewalk with open diffs. Tires off a little bit. I don't even get snagged up right here for sure. Try and climb over that wall. No clearance to do that one. Oh, roll it over. Oh, rolling it over further. Even further. Oh, sorry it is.
Yeah.
Roll it over good. Can't recover from that one. Oh, not enough ground clearance. Belly fan. Oh, we rolled it again. Unrecoverable. You're upside down. Sorry it is. Is that 3 rollovers in the books for this thing so far?
Mm-hmm. It is.
old gasset method here. Try to line up a good shot. Yeah, we made it. Didn't necessarily care for that noise there, but we made it. Didn't necessarily care for that noise there, but we made it. Might have been one of our drive shafts trying to cut loose. Our landscape lights are getting in the way. Oh, you're turtled up too. Open diffs. Yeah, you might as well start locking some things up there. At least the front. There you go. Asking for trouble here. Another belly fan snag. Possible rollover too. It's a good spot for it. Close. Our lack of brake saved it on that one. Yeah, it slides to the right there. I heard a spring pop. Little twang. Try our dig function again here. Sometimes I had to push it towards A. Sometimes A, sometimes B. On and off with the dig function. Spinning it around those rocks. We snagged on something. Oh, I see. By that rock right there in the middle. One of your tires on right now. Some tight uphill negotiations here on some slick rocks. With some loaded up tires. Hats off to the Wild Peaks so far though, they're doing pretty good. In the wall. Turtled up on that one too. function. Maybe not. There it is. Oh, that worked to our advantage. Probably a little hard on the truck. The axles and all that nonsense. Pushing and pulling. Slick rock. Rock on one side and the wall on the other. We made it. TRX4 moving in. Mosquito moving in. Open rear. Yeah, there's spots in here where you need it. Yeah, I'll lock her up. Oh, on the wall. Yeah, it's kind of stuck in between two slick rocks there. Continuing on into some bombed out areas. Frame twisters. Sure, the Bronco's not going to have a problem through here. The TRX4. Those custom carved 1.9 Canyon trails. These Wild Peaks might get a little bit loaded up in here. Let me get through. Bombed out area. Hitting our next bombed out area. A little bit more so. Probably not picking it up on camera. Guess I can't see it up from my angle. Twisted up mess of holes here. It's all shelled out. through the bombed out area into the next hill. Tires are a little loaded up, that's for sure. Some clicking going on, sand getting in the universals on the axles, I'm sure. Give us that little click. Bounce into it. There we go. Oh, down another hole. We'll hold there. Alright, come on, Mr. Bronco. Mr. Cena. Handling those shovel pits okay. Spoke too soon, eh? Your tires are starting to load up now. I'm stuck in a hole over on this side. Yeah, I like this old Bronco. Once again, first SCX 10 of any kind. We have three SCX 24s, Axial Wraith 1.9 RTR, and that partially assembled Axial bomber. And this is the first SCX 10. That's not a good spot to be in. Oh yeah, we're destined for a rollover. Yeah, there we go. That's nice. Nice little function to have there, that dig function. You're taking a pretty interesting way there. It's a pretty big drop. Let's see your back, open back axle there. Oh, there you go, you got it. Persistence. Definitely persistent, tell you what. Back around to the log bridge for a moment. Logs are wet, tires are loaded up. Oh, stuck in between the log. Got the tire wedged. It only goes so far. Ah, poop. Oh, don't go get stuck there. Come on, baby, you got it. 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 Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh no. Yeah, it's close. It's close. Hanging on the edge. Mid mosquito swiping is not helping either. Mid drive mosquito swiping. There we go. Roll it on. Get an open differential in the rear. Try to lock up your rear dip there. Or not. Oh, you got your back tire stuck in a hole. Almost. Yeah, it's a slick climb.
Logs, sandy tires.
Yeah, wet logs, sandy tires. Tires are loaded up for sure.
Yeah, they didn't clean out as good as I thought they did. Wow.
Fine grains of sand. Probably gonna be sliding down that whole back half over there. Loaded up tires. Wet logs. Not much braking on this truck.
And that's my hill hold.
Right? Yeah, she's all worn out, man. Been around the block. Hot dog in the hallway, hill hold. Next brick off camber. Really good for getting one tire up. One tire in the air. Most vehicles. Now we made it. Sliding over the back edge. This next little section right here in front of the truck, that high brick on the right, it's good for flipping vehicles. Yeah, made it through without a problem. Giving this truck one heck of a run today, Des. Getting the full tour on the course. Even though we've been zigzagging it. Roundabout's way, it's getting a full tour. All the best of the best. Fortunately, we can't take it up the teeter-totter since it's a little bit rained out at the moment. dragging issues there across the bottom. So we're going to burn off some of that dirt. Down it. Oh, stuck in between a rock and a hard place here. Rock and a tree. Let's try that dig function again. Back axle's locked up. On and off for the dig. Open nips again, man. Trying to prove a point. Breaking in those new portals. I'm up you go. Ooh, go side on. Might not be a wise idea here. Pull wall. Can't take much more of that. Oh, I just ripped off another log. We're gonna catch a couple more with the back bumper. I'm gonna slide right off this thing. Use that differential lock again, or that rear diff lock. Try to spin the front end around. Back tire's hanging off the edge of the wall. Try to back up and spin the front end around a little bit. Oh, we're done for. Just broke through the wall too. Well, no point having it locked in now. Ah. That rollover number 4. Little wall damage there. Wall's been there for a while. A few years. Quite a few years. We've given the Axial some good testing today. So far. First run, second run really, after the rain break, rained away. Driveshaft repairs, or fixes I should say. Improvements, modifications. Watching you and I got all turtled up here. all bound up. Oh, definitely easier time coming through here with the ascenders. Turtled up again. Oh, don't roll over. Don't roll over. I'll push the front end around a little bit here in reverse. Ah. Falling off that rock. Oh, don't go that way. Stuffed out the crack here. Slick rock. Sandy tires. Yeah, we made it. Finally. Woohoo! Oh, you're getting close to the border. Much easier. Making our way back towards the exit. Go fast. And back out to the podium. And that's going to do it, boys and girls. Very much appreciated for y'all sticking around and watching the video there. First run with the SCX-10-3 early Ford Bronco. Not too bad. What do we have? 4 rollovers total. Learned that our dig function works by pressing A and B on the rocker switch. Sometimes A, sometimes B. Dig function works pretty well. Truck worked pretty well overall. Tires not too bad. Those Falcon Wild Peak MTs. Not a bad job loading up a little bit out here in the wet sand, but otherwise, it's still doing pretty good for a loaded up tire. All in all, liking the truck. Much appreciated, Des, for donating that back to the channel. Can't thank you enough for that. Shock of a lifetime right there once again. And yeah, we'll definitely get some enjoyment out of it, that is for sure. Well, that's going to do it, boys and girls. Very much appreciated for y'all sticking around and watching the video. As always, questions and comments are always welcome, and we'll see you all on the next one. Thanks again.